stock Cobra 29 LTD Classic. Never been opened up, but I got the box hooked up to it, so everything is all stock microphone, stock radio.
Yeah, well, I always recommend a stock radio. You can turn the wattage down a little bit if you're going to drive a low drive van, but you can turn the modulation up a little bit as long as you don't overdrive the limiter. But if you turn the modulation up all the way and then turn it back to about 80% and where it barely hits the limiter, where it won't let you have the raspy over modulation. And if you're running a linear, if you're not running a high drive, you probably might turn it down 2 watts. But other than that, there's really nothing else to do to the radio but make sure it's on frequency. And then how you use your modulation, whether it be your stock mic or whatever. But this is a Cobra 25, and I've got it hooked to a Zoom R8, which is not even rocket science, but it sounds really good.
Well, it sure sounds damn good, and it's smooth. And that's what it does. It doesn't hurt your ears like some of the radios out here. You know, the way they ring your eardrums, and you just like turn the fucking thing off, dude. It's too loud.
Well, you can clip a mod limiter if you're using a stock mic and all that, but when you get into wideband audio frequency response, wideband from 20 hertz to 20k hertz, you can't do that. You'll sound bad all the time. Now you can clip the mod deal over modulating if you're talking on a narrow banded microphone, but when you get into wideband audio, it doesn't sound right.
Yeah, because I don't want to go bleeding over the Comcast system out here for the internet. I've already had it twice. The guy came over here twice. They told me, he says, I was wiping out their, what do they call it, the thing that diverts it over from the box over to people. And they said that the people were complaining that it was wiping out their Comcast.
What we do on the audio wasn't designed for CB. You know, we're talking about anywhere from 200 to 2.5 to 3 kilohertz top-end frequency response in the CB radio, no more than that, especially the new Cobras go to about 200 hertz to 3K. So on the radio, it's not conventional, it's not designed for it, but there's a workaround with it, and that's reducing dynamic gain. Putting all your bass you can put into the radio, you don't want it to bottleneck, but you have to reduce its dynamic gain without reducing the individual work that you put into it, and that's done through proper limiting and compression.
Yeah, you see, the other radio that I had, the Cobra 29 LTD, that was the other Cobra that I had here. That thing was pumped up to the max, and I was bleeding over things. I mean, it was a dirty 150% modulation on it. It was a splatter box, let's put it that way. And the guy came knocking on my door, and he basically told me, he says, oh, have you got turned into the FCC for doing this to our box? And I told him straight up, I said, you guys probably have an unfiltered system down the street. And he didn't like that too well.
Well, keep this in mind. It doesn't matter what you run, wideband radio.
Like that too much. Well, what's he going to do about it? Roll?
Frequency response, period. And how you attain that is different ways of getting to the end of that sound before it goes into the radio. But the radio's got its frequency response, and then you got your frequency response you're injecting into the radio.
Ask him what his handle is, Hoover. I'm recording you.
Just saying, however you got going into the radio, whether it be the front end or the back or whatever. It's always about frequency response. It's about knowing what the radio can handle because of its limited bandwidth.
You are correct, sir, and that was told to me also by somebody who does electronics out here. They said you put a dirty radio through a box, it's going to come out dirty and splatter.
Well, it's like this. Here's an example. You put
Ask him what his handle is, brother, so I could title the video.
your talk back, but when you put it on the air, all you're doing is shrinking that down to a smaller version. It's got all the bass and stuff, and their frequency spot's still there. You're just shrinking it down to where it'll fit through the hole. And it has to fit through the hole nice where it just comes out of the hole really good. So anything bigger than that's called bottlenecking, and then you're leaving a lot of residual audio left behind and it's trying to squeeze out and it ends up
Or it's what's known as, we call it out here, pitched up. You copy? Pitched up is what we call it.
Make fun of it, but they know that what I'm saying is true.
Yeah, he's dropping out.
So they don't understand.